You're watching a clip from the Football Ramble podcast. For the full episode, search Football Ramble wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes out Monday to Friday. Right, let's get on with it, shall we?
What a strange game. Feels like 2 points dropped and a point snatched.
Yeah,
at the same
which
time.
is what Ramsdale said
really
after the
odd.
game.
Yeah.
I mean, Arsenal started so well.
Yeah.
Obviously, 2 goals to the good within the first half an hour. And it looked, we need to remind everybody, but it did look like, oh, here we go. This is the Arsenal, Anfield, obviously a difficult ground to go to. Yeah, even this season at times. And the way Martinelli sort of prods that one home, and then Jesus, they were on top. And the mood was Arsenal. Here they go. They're slipping it into fifth for this. The final 8 games or whatever it is of the season. But of course, that would only tell about 35 minutes of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what Liverpool are capable of at Anfield, isn't it? And I think we saw both sides of the season that Liverpool were having. They woke up at a really, really important time. They were exceptional in the second half. Arsenal very lucky to get away with Mo Salah missing another penalty.
Yep.
That is such a let off. And Liverpool were excellent. It's the toughest game Arsenal have had all season, including games they'd lost.
Yeah.
It's just absolutely such a dominant display from Liverpool. I think there's a little bit of a sense from some quarters that Arsenal maybe tried to see out the game for the whole of the second half. But
They were pinned back.
I think so. I'm not really too sure on where I fall on that because Liverpool was so dominant. Arsenal couldn't get out. They obviously he brought Kivior on for Odegaard, tried to see it out. The goal comes on the 87th minute, but it really, really felt like it was coming. It's such a shame that Martinelli couldn't thread Saka through late on that. Feels like it would have been an all-time moment in terms of
that last few minutes when Ramsdale makes that save from
Konate's belly.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you say, it's a fantastic save.
Yeah.
And then Arsenal break and it's just such an exciting game. At one point, Vish, though, when Liverpool, after Salah had scored in the first half and then they were on it second half, did you think we could see them scoring 7 again?
Yeah, I did, yeah. I was. It's funny. So just to go back to what Jim said about
Don't blame you.
about seeing out the game. Obviously you have to have control of the game to see out the game. I thought what they did really well was, right, if it's going to be chaotic, let's lean into that. Because every time they hit them on the break...
Rob Holding did lean into that, didn't he?
Yeah. God, he is so bad, isn't he? Like, I think I actually quite like him as an individual, but he sticks like a sore thumb when he has to fill in.
He's what Connor Cody is to the England squad in football tournaments.
Well, no, because Cody doesn't play, does he? He doesn't.
That's what he should be.
Yeah,
but, I mean, I think so bad is a little harsh on him, but he's
the drop off when he's in for one of those two
is huge.
Yeah.
It's, I would love to see how this game would have gone with Saliba in the back line.
Peter, a lot of people were talking about Granit Xhaka. And it was all his fault that he riled Anfield and everybody. What do you think of that?
What was that? He had the linesman sticking in elbows left, right, and centre. I think there was a lot of stuff to be. But for Liverpool, I just think it's an astonishing way to polish up that turd of not qualifying for Champions League football. I mean, this result almost guaranteed that they won't make it. So it's kind of like, well, it's a great PR move for them, isn't it? Just really, really trying hard in the second half. But it's sort of downing tools when it comes to, kicking Gabriel Jesus all the time and sort of actually wanting to play a bit of football. But yeah, I mean, let's not forget, they did miss a penalty in this match, Liverpool, as well. They don't get a lot of penalties, so Salah doesn't have a lot of practice, but...
He had a sighter against Bournemouth.
Yeah,
exactly.
He recalibrated, didn't he? He's like, I'll put this one lower.
Not slightly more in.
Yeah,
just lower. That's all it needs.
But people talked about the atmosphere not really changing after the Xhaka incident. But you could see that at least the Liverpool team were pumped up after that situation. No,
I think too much has been made of this. I think it's one of the things, sort of a narrative thread that's come out of the commentary, more than what actually happened in the game. Because Liverpool's goal, they earned. It was really, really good play, and it was a little bit of sort of pinball in the box, and these things happen, right? And I don't know. I think Liverpool have got that about them at Anfield. They're always going to come back into a game. You're never going to just, you're never going to walk all over them for a whole game.
I mean, Xhaka shouldn't be doing that.
No, absolutely. But that's not the reason the result went it did.
I mean,
went the way it did.
I mean, there was a great sort of individual duel, if you like, between Salah and Ramsdale in the game. And I mean, some of the saves Ramsdale made, were superb.
I mean, they were elite level saves. Like they weren't just not necessarily anomalies, but they weren't flashes of like, oh, that kind of stuff happens in those kind of games.
Yeah.
He has consistently made saves like that, and I think in this particular portion of this particular game, it's highlighted to the nth degree because of what it means in terms of, at least taking a point out of Anfield and also going forward to the rest of the season. And I think one of the things he does so well is he anticipates really well, and I appreciate a lot of elite goalkeepers do that, but he's clearly in a hot streak where all the guesses, quote unquote, he makes are correct.
Well, you know where Salah's going to put it.
You do.
But in the same way, every left back knew where Iron Robin was going to run.
Yeah.
It's just like you have to wait for the player to do something, and then when he does it, it's like, we knew it, but
then he reacts in the air off the deflection as well.
Well, indeed.
And even to be fair, I don't think he should have had been given a save to make for the Darwin Núñez chance.
Yeah,
I've never been so sure someone was missing that. And then the Konate one, I kind of understand what he's trying to do.
Yeah, it's that high...
Konate, that is.
Sure, it's that high... he's obviously not usually in those situations. People say, yes, but he's a professional footballer. And yes, that is a good point. But,
it happens in a split second.
Indeed, it does. We see, great strikers have missed chances and whatnot. But again... With all going on, Ramsdale to make that save, I think it was an incredible passage of play, and as we say, Arsenal got up the other end. Pete, you mentioned the referee's assistant giving Andy Robertson like an elbow.
Very surprising, wasn't it? I didn't expect that.
And then
are they fighting back after all the stick they're getting?
I don't know, but when they went back to the Sky Sports studio, Roy Keane called Andy Robertson a big baby, which of course is just wonderful.
It was absolutely box office, wasn't it? It was just excellent.
What's he going over to him for? And what's he complaining for? I said at half time, Robertson, what a baby. What a big baby. Just get on with the game. Baby.
It's the last one. It's the dismissive baby.
I thought we were done at 2.
Baby.
Yeah.
Baby.
Sounds quite sexy in a weird way.
Yeah. Also, do you see when everyone in the studio laughs, Roy Keane breaks character? I think he realises what he's done there.
He's been a silly sausage.
Very deliberate.
It's good stuff.
Oh dear. I mean, just the Liverpool's performances.
Barry White.
Can someone cut that with Justin Bieber?
Yeah, baby.
Baby, 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 baby.
Come on! Oh dear.
A couple of goalgasms. Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher for Ramsdale's save.
It wasn't a
goalgasm, but
it was a savegasm.
Savegasm, yeah.
Savegasm.
I mean, coupled with
Premature goalgasm.
Coupled with the goalkeeper's facials,
Careful.
steady. The way he reacted to that save was like. Is Leonardo DiCaprio in that film about the dreams going? It's that meme. I just love the way he sort of just was absolutely going in for the cameras.
Yeah.
Enjoyable.
I mean, it was. I think maybe you, Jim, mentioned it earlier. Like it just almost summed up Liverpool's season in that game, and it shows you that Liverpool's structure and formation. I know Klopp had a little bit of a tinker and so on. It's just not hitting the mark. It hasn't hit the mark this season. But they've still got excellent players.
And they've got excellent home form as well.
Yeah, and when the emotions, they're an emotional side at the moment. Whereas in previous seasons when they've been so good, the emotion, they can ride those emotions as we've seen, in particular the European nights at Anfield.
Yeah.
But they've also got the structure and the foundation and the tactical nous and discipline. Well, they don't have any of that stuff, as I say, just on the emotions. So when the emotions run high, actually that's when they come into it. Because again, this second half display, after 25, 30 minutes, nobody could have seen that coming. And some of their other big performances, again, nobody could see that coming. And in the Real Madrid game, the first leg, the emotions were running high. It worked for the first 15 minutes or whatever it was. And then, of course, the structure and the lack of discipline and all that kind of stuff completely let them down. I mean, Klopp himself said pre-match, he said, I suppose the elephant in the room right now, during his press conference, I suppose the elephant in the room right now is the fact that I'm still here. I'm the last man standing. Even he is mentioning, I've not been sacked kind of thing. It's a fascinating situation, and they have a very crucial summer coming up.
They do,
of course. But as Pete said, Champions League spot, 4th place looks very unlikely now for them.
It's a pretty seismic result, really. Obviously, in terms of Arsenal, they need to hopefully get something at the Etihad now and match City. Otherwise, which is going to be very difficult because they do not look like they're slowing down anytime soon. They're in the best form they've been all season.
Yeah, and Erling Haaland is, he's letting his hair down.
He is.
Thank you for watching a clip from the Football Ramble podcast. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an upload. A single upload. Don't miss out on the uploads. The uploads are important.